All right. It looks like all three platforms actually loaded this time. So that's a good start to this thing. Hello, everybody, and welcome. Restream. Hi. There we go. Get rid of that message. And welcome to the Creationism album release party. Woo! I actually genuinely really enjoy doing these release parties. So I am looking forward to doing this. It's also weird to be able to talk and not share my main monitor. I'm actually doing all the social media stuff that I generally do when I start this stuff, and I'm actually really excited for this one. So it is 5:48 where I am right now, and I figure I will hang out for a little bit, and then we can start the music at about 6:10 or 6:05 or so. I do want to let people filter in just because not everybody's schedule always works for everybody else. So I figure we can just kind of go with the flow here and just chat for a little bit, and then see where we go from there. I can put some music in the background for now. Let me see. I can't use that because that's where the album is. So yeah, I have not done an album release party since last May or so. Let me get the music going. And I'm a little bummed out about that. I have a lot of, a lot of music that's been kind of like sitting in the wings over the last, music is okay. Sitting in the wings over the last couple months, and hopefully I'll have this release party. I have another album that I'm working on that's almost done, a chiptune album, that I'm not sure if it's going to have a release party or not, just because I don't know when the release date will be. And then, what's the other one? I have the Maker's Eden Act 3 that I need to start working on soon too. So there's definitely a lot going on here. Okay. Audio volume seems fine. I'm still getting things set up. I see a couple people have filtered in, and hello. How are you? I am working on just getting everything set up right now, and I don't want to I don't know. I'm just kind of getting used to all this stuff. This restream is it takes a little while to get used to. That's for sure. But it seems like everything is connecting okay. Thank you, Mostly Useful. I'm excited, and now it's saying that YouTube is not live. It looks like YouTube is live. Yeah, YouTube's live. Dan Hobb, thank you so much for the host. I really appreciate that. Let me see. Hi, Dan. How you doing? So I heard that you are not. It's not 6 p.m. where you are. And I thank you so much for hanging out. Like, usually when I do one of these release parties, like, it's in the afternoons, because I do have a lot of people overseas, and I want to make sure that they are able to, like, watch these two. But unfortunately, the what's going on this time is that the episode of Composer Quest, hello Cade, or VG Music Coveters, how you doing, man? This episode, or this album, is related to an episode of Composer Quest that comes out tomorrow. You're only watching anime anyway. Yeah, I know how that goes. I get hooked into series all the time. So Composer Quest is, if you want like a primer of this album as a whole, Composer Quest is a podcast that OBS just flipped out. Is a podcast that focuses on just interviewing composers and other creative types. Oh, thank you so much, Cade. And Composer Quest is ending. I think tomorrow is the last episode, and it's ending on Composer Quest's terms. Like, he wanted the series to end before he got jaded, or before he wanted to end on a good note rather than just things just kind of going on forever and just burning him out. So I worked with Charlie, the interviewer, the host of Composer Quest, and I extracted 12. Not really feeling it. I extracted 12 audio clips from the 160 episodes that Composer Quest is now, and I made a song out of each of those clips. And I wish I had been able to do more, but unfortunately I both ran out of time before the end of the series. Well, thank you, Foxy. It's good to see you, by the way. Thanks for showing up. I both ran out of time by the end of the podcast series, and I just had so many other things going on. But this is actually a project that I started well over a year ago. I think almost 2 years ago is when I had the initial idea. And it's just kind of sat on the sidelines until about 5 months ago, where I'm like, oh no, the podcast is ending. And I wanted to finish it and get it out by the time the podcast ended, because for one, I really respect Charlie for all the work that he did on Composer Quest, because it was a monumental amount of work. Like I said, he had like 160 episodes, and most of those episodes are over an hour long. Hello, Jank Ham Brams. How you doing, man? And yeah, like there was just a whole lot that went into what he did. And I wanted to honor that, for one. I should probably post on Twitter, hey, the Creationism album release party is live. Let's see how many links I can put in a Twitter post before I get flagged as spam. Can I fit all three? Can I fit YouTube, Twitch, and Beam into one post? I cannot. Oh well. Twitch and YouTube are unfortunately the two that are more popular, but I'll probably do another one yet. Foxy Poison, I don't know. Also, there is Beam. I saw that, Dan. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, and thank you for the host, Foxy. I really appreciate that too. I'm really looking forward to this. I think that it's going to be a really good night, and I'm genuinely excited about this. Like, album release party is live. Come hang out. Part of me wants to. Beam's interface definitely does look a lot nicer. Yeah, and Beam is getting there. Like, it's a series of iterations, but it is getting there. Hi Zodit, how you doing? Okay, so it looks like everything's good here. Everything's good here. It's like, now that I'm doing this, hey Attack Burger, how you doing? Like, now that I'm doing this restream thing, I have like three times as many platforms to manage at once. So like I have all of this stuff going on, and I'm trying very hard to not like forget anything, because I just with Twitch alone, I was bad at like changing my scene and my currently played and all this other stuff. So it's like I'm trying very hard to be more proactive about that, and I have systems set up, so hopefully I won't forget. Attack Burger, I'm jealous. Yeah. Well, thank you, Zodit. I appreciate that. I hope that people enjoy the album as much as I enjoyed making it. I know it sounds kind of cheesy, but it's kind of the truth too. Like I have a lot of love that went into this album, because like I said, I really appreciate Charlie and what he did, and I wanted to make sure that he kind of understood that too. Let's see. I think I had something else. Where is it? So, yeah. Hey Martin, how you doing? Big bar of chewy nougat. That's that. I don't know if that would qualify as dinner, Dan, but that does sound kind of nice. After this, I'm gonna be running to the kitchen and making some quesadillas for dinner, and I'm looking forward to that. So that'll be a good time. Really, sincerely though, I appreciate everybody who's showed up so far. Showed up early, no less, and yeah, it means a lot to me. I figure it like another good as dinner. Yeah, man, that's how it goes. I figure I'll wait until like 6:10 or so another 10 minutes, let people filter in. And I wanted to just kind of talk and chat with people as we go. And then once the album actually starts, I generally mute my microphone so people can just kind of sit back and chat, and I'll be chatting in the chat. So there's definitely more interactions we can do there, but I don't want to talk over the album because, you know, it's a listening party, not a talking party. At one point I had a little mute like image. Mic muted. Let me see if I can find that. Dan, the album is like 45 minutes long. It is 12 songs. Let me see if I can find that muted. There it is. There. So, when I mute myself, I'll just put that on. Boop. Hey, Formal. Why are you hungover? It's a Tuesday. Okay, so that's good. That's good. Okay, so when I mute myself, I just click that, and it's like, boop. The party arrives with the formal ghost. Yeah, sometimes. Unless she's hungover. Why are you hungover? It's Tuesday. Excuse me. So, I've been kind of nervous about this all day, a little bit, like partially because like this is a little bit different style of music that I usually do, and I think some of you have heard the previews and stuff for this already, so it's not anything wildly different, but it's definitely something that's outside of my normal wheelhouse, and I'm excited for that. That makes me really happy. But I was also an amazing drunk over sober. She's always brings a party. Yeah, that's the spirit Formal. But I was also nervous because my stream on Saturday, actually didn't have YouTube. It just did not stream to YouTube, which really bummed me out because yeah, Formal. The music is more chill. Don't worry about it. It's just like I was having streaming probs, and I couldn't stream, and I was sad. So like when I hit start streaming today, I didn't know if it was actually going to go to YouTube, and I honestly wanted it to go to YouTube because I have a lot of people there, and it's so much easier to access than like Twitch or Beam, just because like it's just YouTube. Like everybody has a YouTube account. So I really wanted to make sure it worked, and it did work. So I'm pleased for that. I'm actually going to look. So if somebody views my page as a returning subscriber, What does it look like? Live now. Sweet. Okay, it does work. Trash metal bluegrass album. Hey, who knows? Maybe someday. I think I might have to learn either guitar or banjo first. I guess they're kind of similar instruments, aren't they? Like just for the fretting and stuff, I would imagine that they're fairly similar. So this album as a whole focuses on the idea of just kind of creating things as a lifestyle, which is why that's a whole different type of Ben Wave. But yeah, just like creating things as a lifestyle, and that's why I chose the name Creationism, even though that has very, very different connotations. For one, I really liked the idea of like twisting that word around a little bit into a different meaning. But the whole ism, like the whole like kind of encapsulating your life into one word. You played banjo once. It's so weird. Is the fingering different, like on the frets, or is it just like you hold it differently? Because it doesn't have like the same grooves and stuff. I guess you have like a shoulder strap, so I don't think it would be that big of a deal, would it? But I really enjoyed thinking about creativity. Like, yeah, that's a whole different style. But yeah, like I have the Creative Exploration series, and I have all that other stuff, and I really like thinking about creativity and how it basically permeates all of our lives, not just necessarily mine, but anybody who makes things as a hobby or otherwise. Like, it's so easy. Top string doesn't have as many frets. Oh, that is weird. I mean, it is easy to just kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Just kind of like roll with it, but like there is definitely a science to creativity, I think, too, where you can figure out how exactly things work, and you can like take advantage of that, and like, yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about, but I the idea of creativity is something that I really love, and I wanted to explore and express that in a certain way, and I hope that this album covers a bunch of topics that I really found were profound while listening to Composer Quest. And actually, let me change the image real quick. I'm just cleaning my glasses because I realized they were really gross. Oh yeah. So I have, where's the album image? Replace with voices. So these are the 12 people that are on this album. Mike Olson, Jason Graves, Torley, Pat Pattison, Matt Levitt, Scott Boster, Daniel Levitin, Laura Marie, Roger Dumas, Jenny Katz, Paul Cantrell, and John Anelio. Like, these are all people who were interviewed by Charlie for Composer Quest, and each of these tracks are named after the basic idea of like something relating to creativity, either embracing your mistakes or being yourself or pushing the boundaries or recognizing patterns. And each of these relates to creativity in a certain way that that resonated personally with me, but I think also resonates personally with a lot of people out there who create things, just because some of these are very ambiguous and kind of hard to nail down, and some of these like don't have a whole lot of talking in them. Like appropriately, Appreciate Space only has a couple lines, but the one after it, Having Purpose, is almost completely talking. And some of these people are very articulate, far more articulate than I am, and I absolutely appreciate all of their permission, because I reached out to all of them and made sure that it was okay for me to use all their quotes. Yeah, like I'm looking forward to just hearing what the creative community as a whole might think of something like this, just because it is it's definitely focused on or focused towards people who are creators, because I think that would be a little bit more it makes a little bit more sense to them, just because, you know, if you lose your focus, how do you get your focus back, or how do you be authentic, or anything like that. So yeah, these are the people that basically I stole their voices from. And I guess the other thing I can do super fast is thank all of the patrons from my Patreon who helped make this possible. These are just the liner notes in the album, but yes, all of these people genuinely helped out so much with this album. Like, I can't begin to explain how nice it's been to have the support of patrons. But this is not an ad for my Patreon, so I'm gonna go back to the cover art. I just wanted to recognize them real quick because they did help a lot, if nothing else, for moral support. So I think in like 3 minutes or so we will start the album, and yeah, like I said, it goes for about 45 minutes. Jank is everywhere. He is a madman, and he's awesome. But yeah, like I'll start the album in a couple minutes, and then it is 45 or 46 minutes long, and hopefully like everybody enjoys it. But I will be in chat responding to questions or just chatting about whatever. It doesn't matter a whole lot. I'm going to turn off the microphone while the album is playing, and yeah, I think it'll be a lot of fun. Sorry, I'm just trying to keep up on some of the other things that are going on right now. I want to make sure that nobody is forgotten. Okay, cool. Well, what song is next here? Okay, that song's too long. So let's just start it now. There seems to be a little bit of a lull in the music and everything else, so this is as good a time as any. So yes, I am very, very proud to introduce this album. This is called Creationism, and it's fairly personal for me, so I hope you enjoy it, and I am going to turn off my microphone and so you can listen. So again, thank you so much for listening. I hope I can chat with you in chat. So here we go.
But it's not a thing about making it accurate. It's a thing about making it feel right. If it's an accident that's an error that feels good, then you leave it in. You want those. It's not a thing about making it accurate. It's a thing about making it feel right. But it's not a thing about making it accurate. It's not about getting all the errors out. It's about getting it to feel right. You know, if it's an accident that's an error that feels good, then you leave it in. You know, you want those.
It doesn't matter how much you know about implementation or writing layers or any of these kind of video game terms. None of that matters if you can't write music well. So the first thing for me is always learning your craft. And it doesn't matter where the music is going ultimately. This is when it's in your head and you're still thinking about it. You've got to know how to basically see it through completion practically on your own these days and have it stand on its own with everything else that's out there. And a lot of that doesn't come down to what plugins you have. I mean, sure, having the right reverb helps and everything. It really comes down to what's in your head and what's in here, what's in your heart. And those two things are what make the best video game music, in my opinion. Because I'm not really talking about video game music, I'm just talking about music. You have to be able to feel it. You have to know how to take those in your head and in your heart and say something meaningful. And I don't think that's necessarily something you learn in school or something you learn from reading a book or watching YouTube videos or anything. I think that's more something you learn from doing it, from trying it over and over and over and over and over and over and over.
And so in creating, even with limited resources, I love being resourceful, but realize there's a lot of false imagery out there. I get disturbed when I see these press reviews. You may have seen a lot of them that refer to so-and-so upcoming producer is hitting the charts or is on the scene. They're written all the same way. And I see the same thing for these music sample packs. They're saying, these are the drums you need for your chart hits, yo. And being consumer is not problematic in itself, but falling into these traps of something that is not you. Say one more thing on the subject, looking at growth, to realize to not be boxed into a scene. You may see yourself making music in a given genre, but then you have an accidental hit on YouTube. They step out there and then they're like, wow, I didn't know that, and then they'll shift towards that. Which of course it's problematic because it creates more pressure to create more things like that, right, when it's an accident. Realize that who you are and what you may succeed at, what people may love most about you, may be very, very different than how you see yourself.
In a writer, I'm looking for somebody who brings everything to the table. You know, who brings the heart, who brings their vision, and particularly who bring their brain to the table. So that they're aware of what they're doing and they're making conscious choices. I don't have a lot of patience for people who feel like they're downloading from the cosmos. You know, just like, that's how it came out. And okay, great, now let's make it better. But, you know, just writing from a place of understanding rather than from a place of fear, where you're just grateful for any idea that comes along and you don't want to change it because you don't know how. You know, it's not about the ideas, it's about how you support the ideas.
Do you have any advice for someone who's like on the verge of being comfortable with performing their stuff for the first time?
Yeah, I had kind of a revelation a little bit ago that, if I'm going to be singing out for people and making records and committing to do this, and that's kind of silly that this is a revelation to me, but to just sing and play with conviction. If you believe in what you're performing and you care about it, then chances are your audience will care about it too. I guess I had too many experiences where I'd play a show and then I wasn't happy with it because I didn't give all that I had. And, that's kind of a no-brainer thing. If you don't bring it, people are going to be bored. But for the music we play, I was sometimes content to just kind of lay back, and I really have gone away from that now. When I play a show, I want to just lay everything that I have out on the table. And if you like it, that's awesome. If you don't, that's fine too. But at least I didn't leave anything hidden, I guess. Don't be afraid to borrow chord progressions, sounds, little ditties, tiny things. Just snatch them all up. And that's one of the reasons why I can churn stuff out, is because I don't have a problem with reusing or borrowing something that I heard. And I used to, because I thought it was not original, not creative. But I quickly found out that I am not original or creative. I can't make up a new thing. And I very much doubt, anyways, that any of the people that I listen to were the first ones to think of a particular progression. And so once you get over that, sounding good is easy. Borrow. Basically, let's just copy it and just do a little changey thing and pretend, like it's yours. No one will know.
generation now can steal everything from the older generation and pretend like it's theirs.
Ooh, it's kind of controversial.
Is it?
Obviously, chords and melodies, there's only so many different things you can do.
Yeah, you don't want to push it. Don't be blatant about it. Be subtle. Like a sneaky thief in the night. And also be respectful, like leave them like a little note saying thank you very much for what you've done. If you listen enough, you start to pick up on the enormous amount of repetitive, the same chord progression over and over and over again. Within the same artist all the time. It's easy to churn out a lot of songs if you have a lot of different chord progressions in your mind and you know that, you know what, if I do this and I do this, it'll sound new enough.
I think all art and imagination at some point leads you to think about things that aren't true. And that can be a great exercise for adapting to the world. I think that it's the job of the artist to push the boundaries of what we're comfortable with and to make us see things differently than we might otherwise see them. I think that having art is a cornerstone of a free society, and that artists help us to recontextualize things, to make connections that we might not otherwise make, and they're not always successful at it, but I think part of that is artists pushing the boundaries of the art itself. Asking the question, what is art and what is music and what are the limits? And we saw it in the Dadaist movement movement painting, and we saw a kind of backlash against that with hyper-realism and photorealism. So in terms of evolution, I think we've evolved as a question-asking species. And those questions have helped us to do things like harness the power of fire and discover the wheel and have agriculture and decode DNA and discover penicillin and all this stuff. And what you get out of that is music that many people find unlistenable, but it's part of the game.
Really identify with somebody who's being, veiled and false. Because you have to guess too much. What do we mean by that? Oh, I don't know. It's just a good beat. Go with that. It's all about being completely honest. So being self-conscious is the thing that is going to limit you. I understand it though, because we have relationships and we have families and we have people that some of these words might hurt, And that is intimidating. And I'm not saying, go ahead and hurt everybody's feelings. There's a balance, I think, that you have to learn. But as an artist, what you really need to get to is towards the authentic.
I think it's funny that we can call it music and everybody understands what we're saying. But it's not music. It's an apparently ordered series of notes. The brain is always looking for patterns. The brain is a categorizing organ. And so everything we see, we have to have an explanation for it. If we didn't have an explanation for what we were seeing, hearing, feeling, and smelling, we would go crazy. We can call it music. And everybody understands what we're saying. But it's not music. It's an apparently ordered series of notes.
It's nice. It has a lot of space. You have to really trust yourself, I think, to give something space. To not fill it up with something clever or technical or, impressive in some way. And just be like, here I am, here's my feeling. Here's my feeling, here's my heart.
What is your own purpose in writing music?
That's a really good question. What is my purpose in writing music is very similar to the question, what is music for, and why do we even have it? It doesn't feed us or hold our buildings up. It doesn't do anything apparent for us. But I have an idea about it. I think that our human brains are big messes. They're product of a lot of very recent evolution that's still kind of in progress. Jumbled together, putting on the facade of actually working beautifully together. But it's kind of a mess to have both that sort of lizard part of your brain working its way up Maslow's hierarchy and having social relationships and having human curiosity and having our just insatiable desire to see patterns. We love meaning even when there is none to be found. All of this is rattling around in our heads, and it means that being human and being conscious can be a very demanding and difficult thing. And I think the purpose of art in general, but especially of music, which is so abstract, is that music both articulates and aids just the process of being conscious and alive. It teaches us how to think and feel, not in a moralistic way, but it says, you're inhabiting a mind, what are you going to do about that? And music teaches us how to do it. It teaches us how to deal with tension and release and expectation and emotions of every kind, including ones that we don't have words for. And finding patterns and losing patterns. It takes all of the messy experience of all the different aspects of consciousness that we struggle with and puts them in a package that we can deal with, that's orderly and beautiful, and says, here's a thing that's a reflection of your consciousness that's beautiful, that actually works. And by beautiful, I don't necessarily mean pretty and sunshiny. By beautiful, I mean it's right, it's balanced. It has a kind of order to it, even if by beautiful I might mean something that's very dark and tense and dissonant, but there's a beauty in that when it's just so. It lets us encounter the most difficult parts of having a mind and deal with them in a way that's safe and constructive and helpful. So I guess I would say, in brief, the point of me writing music, my purpose, is music therapy for myself and for others. It's to help us all deal with being human. Because, good Lord, look at the planet. We could all use some help with that.
Most people are creative in one way or the other. A lot of people feel like they have a book in them, or they have a song in them, or they have a TV show idea. And you can sit around and talk about that all you want. But until it is actually reality, it doesn't count. When I was younger, I don't know how many songs I half wrote, but never quite finished, and never finished recording, or never even started recording. And no one knows that those songs existed. So it kind of doesn't count until you finish it and then put it out into the world. Now, I'm not saying put crap out into the world, but there comes a time when finishing and moving on, I think, is vital. Otherwise, you're just holding on to all of these old works. And I think if you want to grow as any sort of creative person, you need to finish things. That cliche of art is not finished, it's abandoned. Yes, it can always be better. But you have to finish and you have to put it out, because Otherwise, you're just the guy talking about your art and you're not the guy doing it. You get better by doing it, finishing it, learning from that process, and moving on to the next thing.
My wife insisted that that should be the last track on the album for that particular reason. But yes, that is the Creationism album. I am very, very, very happy that I was able to share that with everybody. And thank you so much to everybody who showed up. Like, I know the numbers kind of fluctuated a little bit throughout the entire thing, and that's okay. Like, people have their own lives, and this was a little last minute. Like, I didn't plan this as much as I wanted to. Let me... Come on, chat. Not you, chat. Like, the actual chat window. It's being dumb. Let me see. Let's go to desktop. Hi, everyone. So I think I have I wasn't checking Twitter during the release, guys. Don't worry about it. So yes, this is the album. All of it ready here to go. I'm going to make it public and hit update. And now this album is public and published. So I'm going to post the link and get Creationism right here. It is free to download, but it's free or pay what you want. I obviously appreciate anything, but I really want to share this, and I'm very happy to do that. And since Elemental is no longer my most recently released solo album, this now gets the price tag of $2. So there we go. That's how I function. If you didn't know, my most recent personal album and video game album are both free, and then everything else has like $1 or something on it. So yeah, and this is also available. Actually, it's available right now through iTunes, through Google Music, and through Spotify. I think those are the three that it is currently available through. Yeah, and I'll be uploading this in just a second, updating my website. I need to change this still. But yes, Spotify, iTunes, and Google Play all have the album if those are the platforms that you prefer. Yeah, I guess really that's it. Thank you guys so much for showing up and hanging out. Like, it means a ton to me to be able to do this, and I'm actually really excited to add these to my normal like background music playlist now. I've been sitting on these for a long time, and I'm like, oh, I wish I could share these, but sometimes you just gotta hold on to them. So yeah, like, if you guys want to sit around and chat for a little bit, I would be more than happy to do that. I think I answered a lot of the questions while we were on our little journey there, but and thank you, Post Goodism, for bringing up the Sea of Everything again, because that was actually a really fun song to make, and I kind of felt like I was on Radio Lab a little bit while I was making that song, making all these things that kind of bounced off of the actual content and context of the words. So yeah, so that is I guess the stream for today, unless people had anything else to say. I had a lot of fun. I'm really glad. Oh, where's the other one? There it is. Hi. Now you can see me all big like. It was a lot of fun, and I'm really, really glad that this all came together, and I was able to. It shouldn't be a private Bandcamp link. I just made it public. Let me. Hi, Silver. Let me try a different browser that I'm not logged in with, but it shouldn't be a private link. Yeah, let's just find on my other browser. Maybe try refreshing, or even if you just go to abstractionmusic.bandcamp.com, that should load the album right up too. See if that works. Yes, you can use it as stream music, Silver. Sorry, I did not see your question, but yes, all of my music is available for streaming. So if you like anything that I made, you are more than welcome to use it. I mean, if you have any questions about that, just let me know. I do have a section on my website on abstractionmusic.com that has a lot more information specifically about licensing, but really the gist of it is, yes, you can use it for anything you want. I don't have a problem with that. Like if you're making a game, you can't use some albums because those albums are reserved for, like, it was an exclusive contract with the developer. At the very least, I got charged by PayPal. That's the important part. And Chroma Key is something I'm going to look up. Like, that name sounds really, really familiar, but I can't like place my finger on it. So, without going too crazy on the time signatures, I do like the crazy time signatures, but yeah, I didn't go too crazy on these. I recently listened to a Geotic preview. Actually, Geotic just put out a preview song for their next album, or his next album. He's the chill version of Baths. If you're familiar with the album or the band Baths, Geotic is kind of like the more instrumental music that he makes. And he had like the song that he posted was super cool because the bass was in 3/4 time. And okay, Jank, thank you so much for hanging out. The bass was in 3/4 time and the percussion was in 4/4 time. So basically it was, everything was offset, and then the last measure in the loop has an extra beat, so everything kind of synced up, and then it all kind of went back off track again. It was super cool. So I highly recommend that. First keyboard player from Dream Theater. Oh, cool, Kevin Moore. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'll definitely look up Chroma Key. Got some emails. I think somebody bought my album. Oh boy. I'll just put this over here real quick. Oh, new release from Abstraction. And thank you so much, Court. I appreciate that. So yeah, I did get the email that my album was released, and I did get the email from PayPal. Hi Murph, how you doing? Unfortunately, you missed the playthrough, but thank you for showing up. I'm having connection trouble with the stream already. With the download going, it's just hopeless. Yeah, take care, Post. Thank you so much for swinging by. Yeah, Murph, I appreciate the support. I'm really glad that this is out there now. Yeah, Silver, don't, like, seriously go to sleep. It's like super late. My next album release party will be on a Saturday at like probably 11 a.m. so everybody is able to participate. It's just with this one, the Composer Quest episode comes out tomorrow. I didn't have a whole lot of choice. Like, I wanted to have it fresh for everybody, but I also wanted it to coincide with Composer Quest. So, like, that's the best I could do, unfortunately. But yeah, like, I'm very, very happy with how this went, and I'm really glad that so many people showed up and hung out. Like, it was a very good time. But I think that I am gonna go make some quesadillas, unless anybody else has any other questions. I'll post the link again if anybody's interested. Yeah, like, it's been a blast. It's been actually a lot of fun. I'm really pleased that everything came out, and it all worked out. Oh, I can go back to my overlay and turn on sound effects again. I didn't want quesadilla hype. Yeah. Hey Andrew, how you doing? I didn't want sound effects to be playing while whoops, don't send a test. I didn't want sound effects to be playing while I was doing the whole album thing, because that would be dumb. Hey Paper Sailboat, yeah, unfortunately you just missed it. But this recording will be up on YouTube in like probably like an hour. Yeah, I'm and that's really my main goal. Like, I really wanted this to be an inspiring album. Just because, like, all of the people that that were interviewed by Composer Quest, they were all very inspiring to me. And I wanted to kind of pass that along in a way that's a little bit easier to digest, because sometimes people just don't like podcasts. Well, you can hear it right here. And whoop, that's not what I wanted to put there. There we go. So yeah, I think that is everything that I had. Oh yeah, I was looking at this Wave Racer album. I'm going to pick that up. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for hanging out. I do think I'm going to go get those quesadillas now. Yeah, thank you, Mostly Useful. I'm really glad that you're able to swing by. That means a lot to me, and it makes me happy that so many people were able to stop by. And hopefully, next time I do this, it'll be on a weekend where people are a little bit more free schedule-wise, and then we can have a big old party, and that'll be a lot of fun. I have a couple ideas of the next solo album that I want to do. And we'll see how we get to that. It's actually an ambient album, something that I started a long time ago that I would love to get back to. Every time around springtime, I feel like, I should finish that album, and I never do. So maybe that's something that I can work on early this year, and it'll be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to making some new stuff, and to continuing the journey of learning how to be creative and still sane and like a functional person. So yeah. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Like, if I can inspire some people, that's all that I hope for. And I'm going to try posting this to like Reddit's songwriters and creative and creativity and all that stuff, and see if I get, before you call me cheap, paper sailboat. Seriously, the album is free, and any contribution is very, 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 very appreciated. So, yeah, like I'm going to try posting this around, and if you know of a place that might enjoy this, please let them know. Like, word of mouth is so important. Like I'm trying to be a professional marketer this time around, and it's going about as well as expected. But you got to learn this stuff, and I haven't really been doing a super good job at marketing myself when it comes to releases. So, maybe that would be cool to even like just have like one song on there that's a collaboration, or one or two songs with other people. I think that would be a lot of fun. Get in touch with me on Twitter, because I will probably forget otherwise. Just send me a message or something. You have Twitter, right? Sorry, everybody's name on Twitch is different than their Twitter name, and sometimes I get very, very confused. So if you wanted to send me a message on the twits, I would appreciate that. Or you can send me an email at it's abstraction@abstractionmusic.com. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it, like a more global release. And I think that the Composer Quest episode is going to talk about it a little bit. And obviously Charlie has been teasing this album for the past 2 months really now. And I'm hoping to bring in a lot more creators and hopefully get them interested in this album. I hope that it garners a lot of interest. Not necessarily because I'm trying to get rich or anything. It's just I think that there's a lot of important messages inside of this album that I think a lot of people could benefit from. And like I said, all of these people are so articulate. Like, it was I think that there's just a lot of good in there. Anyway, though, I keep getting off track, and I do think I am going to end the stream now. I'm going to push this up to YouTube. So for those who kind of joined late and want to watch the recording, it should be available in probably about an hour and a half. Otherwise, yeah, you guys have a fantastic night. And again, thank you so much for showing up and hanging out for a little bit and just checking out the tunes. Like it means a lot to me to be able to share this stuff with you. And I love being able to talk back and forth like this. So yeah, I think that's all I got. Ben's sold out. I'm only in it for the money now. I do have my 2-hour track challenge tomorrow. And I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do yet. It might be another kind of just a chill out song, just because I need to decompress from all of this. And, also, I don't really want to do the next challenge on the list because it's like a boss battle theme. And I don't know if I want to break out my guitar. So yeah, I'll be around tomorrow, and yeah, you guys take care. Thank you so much again for swinging by, and I'll see you later. Take care.